Hello my friends, I am G Hondo and welcome back to our Let's Play of OpenTTD Season 2. This is episode 81. In episode 80, right at the end, I had a bit of a problem with my train setups in that I was trying desperately to get this Asia Star to switch, I'll get this back to where it belongs, to switch to the X2001 and I could not absolutely under any circumstance make this switch happen. But if I unpause the game now, we will see shortly these all converting. And the reason for that, I'm not sure if anyone noticed in the description of the last video, I did figure out what the problem was. If you look really closely, and I'll zoom in a little bit so it's easier to see, these tracks are no longer electric. These are monorail. And that was the problem. The X2001 is not, while it says it's an electric train, it's secretly a monorail. So that was a bit confusing on whoever designed that one's side. It certainly messed me up anyway. But that was the problem. You'll probably also notice I just lost about 10 million bucks doing all those upgrades, but in my mind, completely and absolutely worth it. So anyway, that was what that problem was, and it is now fixed. It's amazing how many things I can figure out, a mere minute or two after I shut the recording off. Apparently while I'm recording, I can't figure out anything, but, a minute or two afterwards, I have a little brain flash, and there it is. Anyway. But yeah, that gives us our shiny new X2001s, which can exceed 300 kilometers per hour, which is fantastic. That's actually just a hair shy of what our previous generation of helicopters was doing. They now do 515 because they're the newer ones, but the Tricarios would only go 325. So this train can almost keep up with that, which is insane. I like it. Anyway, let's go ahead and put the speed up. So, looking at our missions here, we still of course have this bugged out one that we're just waiting to finish. It'll finish sometime in 2015, nothing I can do about it before that. This valuables mission should be finishing relatively soon, or at least we have a lot of vehicles servicing it and the demand is not that bad, plus which it's near 3/4 done, so excuse me, it shouldn't be too long. So we should get something new relatively soon. Of the rest of them, I don't think any of them are going to be finishing this episode, if I had to hazard a guess, but I've been wrong before, so I could be wrong again, who knows. Anyway. Excuse me. Alright, so I guess at this point we just leave the clock running on high speed as long as we can here and see what we can do. I guess we could also go and recheck on our boat situation. It's been a little while since I made those changes. I don't know if it's been long enough yet, but then we can go check on them. Gives us something to look at. Right. So here in Choningdor, things are definitely improving. They're still very heavy, but they are definitely improving. Because I added a bunch more boats for this route. Here at Tun Bridge, if I can actually click on it. Well, the mail situation has corrected itself, but the passenger situation is still pretty bad. So I may need more boats yet, but we'll come back to that later. I did just change that last episode. Look at the size of this city. That is ridiculous. Oh, I see. It's multiple cities that have all blended into one. Still, that's absolutely crazy, because you shouldn't be able to see a city that large on the map. Because even zoomed out, you can still see it. Wow. Anyway, over here was our other one. Slunas. A little bit high on passengers, but there were, I don't even know how many boats are right there, but a lot of boats all crammed together, which is not really optimal, but anyway. I have no idea how many boats are in this little blob, but it's a lot. Anyway. Excuse me. I might be able to tell just based on... Okay, so there's about just shy... Okay, 700 passengers here, and each of those holds 100. So, when they all arrive, and do all the drop-offs and pickups... Okay, there are at least 7 boats there, probably closer to 8. Wow, that's crazy. And they're all occupying basically 1 pixel. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But anyway, that clearly means we have enough boats for there. And the other boat one I'd like to look at is the one down here at D-Brook. Okay, so these ones are waiting on full load, so I know that side's fine. And on this side, That is nuts. It's also pretty nuts to have so much mail that it almost exceeds the number of passengers. That's also kind of crazy. Clearly my helicopters are not doing a good enough job of clearing that. Huh. Okay. Might be time to add some mail trucks. So I don't think I have any. I think I just have some buses. Pretty sure that's the case anyway. Yep, just passenger buses. Oh, you can think that might be worth doing. If they'll let me. How does the local authority like me? Oh, they love me, so they should allow this no problem. What about on this side? How do these guys like me? Oh, they also love me, so this should not be a problem at all. So that is a truck depot we want. And it can just be an on-the-road one, doesn't make a huge difference. As long as it's connected to the same facilities. That's all that I'm interested in. There we go. Now, what's the chances I can find the depot for this route? That could be a little more exciting, so I have no idea where I put it. I hate it when I misplace my depot. No, really, where did I put this silly thing? Is that it? Kind of looks like one, but I guess it's not it. I kind of think I would have put it on this side. Kind of out in the middle of nowhere, really. Alright, well. I guess plan B, if I can get a hold of one of these. I can just watch and see where it stops when it gets to this step here. So it's closer to the Deebrook side. Well, it's good to know. Okay, so it's going in for maintenance right now. Okay, it's right there, hidden behind this other building. Okay, good. Anyway, let us get a mail vehicle sorted by speed, as always. I guess that means it's Edding Articulo, or however you pronounce that. Works for me. So you shall be Enos to Deebrook mail. Did I actually? I did too. I mistyped the passenger one, which means it's all cloned them all with the typo. Yuck! Oh well, that's okay. Anyway, we will set its route the same as, if I can click on one of them, that one, there we go. And how many of them do I want to clone? Well, let's start with 5. I don't know if that's going to be enough or not, but we shall try. And then we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. I don't really want to give more passengers, because as it is, this side is not keeping up. That's why I originally put this helicopter out in trying to haul some of these passengers from just this one side in. But clearly, I don't have enough helicopters because this station should be 100% full pretty much all times. Although we do have someone circling and another one coming, so maybe this is about as many helicopters as I can support. Huh, that's not so good. Will... Okay, well, so be it. One thing I could maybe do is build a little island here and then plunk an airport on it. But it would have to be close enough to still count as this, otherwise it doesn't really help. And I don't know if I have the wherewithal to get it close enough. Plus they'll be probably really upset if I just completely destroy their water, because that destroys their beaches. But anyway. Alright, so this one's basically done, and something else must have finished while I wasn't watching, because we have a new mission here to Sondstow. They would like some goods. So let us figure out where to get them goods. Nope, that's not the right one. That one. Okay. So what do you have nearby? You have a steel mill. In fact, it looks like I've already got a serviced steel mill, and nothing is using the goods from it. So I think that will solve my problem very nicely. Because this is producing. Well, that's steel. I still need to find somewhere to send it to make that goods, though, so that's not the whole picture. I would still need a factory. So what about this factory? Am I using the output from it? I think I am, actually. The iron going to the here, and then steel coming up to here, and then the goods are being hauled. Nope, that's a farm. So yeah, nothing is using the goods from Boatingbrie here, so that's what we shall do. And just run a straight shot, basically, west or southwest or whatever you call it on this one. Okay, I am okay with this. So we'll get our shiny new monorail. And if I'm clever, I might be able to do this close enough. Alright, so this still counts as part of this station and therefore has access to its goods, but I'm on the other side of this monorail, so I don't have to worry about dealing with bridges or any of that sort of mess. I can instead just go straight down to here. Somewhere around here is somewhere. If I pass it? Where's my city? Where is that city gone? Okay, so I want to come down here. Okay, so it's not really so much down, it's down and then over. Okay, that's fine. That's not a problem at all. We can do that. Okay. So we'll just try and do this as a pretty much a straight shot that way. And this is a pretty much straight shot this way. And with any luck, I should only have to make one turn. Well, there is quite the hill there, apparently, but anyway, we'll deal with that when the time comes. If I had better eyesight, I could probably run this rail in a higher zoom setting, and I maybe could have done it in just a couple of passes instead of having to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But sadly to say, I'm nearly blind, so that's not going to happen. Anyway. Even now I have a lot of trouble visualizing where these two will line up together, which is kind of sad if you think about it, but anyway. The important part is we now only have one corner, and then there is a hill back here. I suppose I could actually make it a tunnel, but for now I think I'll just leave it as is. We need a depot, and it might as well be on this turn since the train's going to have to slow down for it anyway. Alrighty. New vehicle. It will of course be an X2001, and it will haul... Oh, isn't that nice? You're actually giving me the choice now. But that's still not the right one. Let me show you guys real quick something I discovered while I was messing around trying to figure out the X2001 problem. Is now, when I look in the cars, I'll take steel as an example, we see we now have ones that have an extra 2-ton capacity over the ones that are, in fact, goods will probably be even easier to see. These are the two it's offering me when I buy them, but I then have an auto upgrade to bring it over to this 32. So it's very bizarre. I really don't understand what it's doing, but anyway, we won't worry about it for right now. I think 2 cars will be plenty sufficient. I may not even need both of them, but we shall see. Anyway, this is goods. To Sondstow. Okay. Excellent. Your route shall be from maintenance all the way back here to Boatingbrie and forward all the way to Sondstow. Excellent. All right. And off you go. see if there's any breaks in the line anywhere. Well, I don't think there are, but stranger things have happened. I also want to see how much it slows down on this hill. Pretty bad, although it gets back up to speed in no time, so I guess it's not that big a deal. Okay, you are now active for goods. There aren't any there yet, of course, because you just activated, but by the time we come back, there will be. Alright, this is looking good. Our valuables mission finished and was replaced by a really tiny ore mission. That's somewhere that's already clearly hooked up because it's already a third of the way done. So I guess we won't worry about that one. That's fine too. Alright, looks like the line is pretty good. The only square I might have mixed up will be right at the station. But I can see that it's connected cleanly, so I think we're going to be okay. The other thing I'm noticing is this is not the right place. We wanted Sondstow, and I just went to Suddown. Oh, I wonder how many of you noticed that and were screaming at your monitors. Right, so apparently I wanted to turn right a whole lot sooner. Fantastic. Okay, try number 2. Yeah. Well, at least I know on this side the rail is already built, so as soon as I get to it, there's really nothing else to do except get rid of. Oh, whoops, that's not so good. That is the other line. So I do have to actually go up and around it, or up and over it. Shoot. Okay, well, then I guess that's what we will do. Here, we can get rid of all this, because we need to put in a little turn to get back onto this line properly. And now we can get rid of all of this. That's all wrong. All terribly, terribly wrong. I'll have to put in a new depot too, but that's okay. Depots you can't sell, you just have to destroy. That's fine. I also think I just completely screwed up, because this train is now going to get caught. So I have to build a temporary one for it to go into, so I can sell it and then rebuild it later. Ugh. Okay, I've really messed this one up. Right. Thank you for your time. Good night. Well, that was a total waste. Oh well, I guess that'll teach me to pay more attention to just the first letter of a town name instead of, you know, actually reading the whole thing. Anyway. Alright, so this will be a horrible mess anyway, so that's a good spot for a depot, I suppose. As good as any. And let's try that, one more time. Ah, I feel very silly. Very, very silly. No, nobody asked for a slash at the end. Thank you. Right. Okay. Bodenbury. Only this time, let's go to the actual city that was requesting them, not just a random city that happens to have the first same letter. Right. Okay. Moving on. I feel so silly. On the upside, that means that the station was already activated, so it had plenty of stuff waiting, so I suppose that saves the trip, but still, it's very, very silly. Anyway. Yeah, it gets back up to speed so fast, I'm not terribly worried about that hill. This corner into a hill for the bridge is a little annoying as well, but Again, it gets up to speed so fast, I'm not overly worried about it. Okay, now it's at least going the right way. Wow. Which means this mission can finally start, and I've actually accomplished something for this episode. Well done, me. Okay, there it goes. That started, so there we go. Alright folks, since I finally have sorted that out, that makes it a good time to put a cut in for this episode, so until next time, stay calm, and I hope you come and chill with me again in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.